I did mention we're going to incorporate a little bit of tropics into this. It is hurricane season. It has just been a very quiet start to hurricane season. So here's the latest update from the National Hurricane Center, at least in the Atlantic Basin, from 8 a.m. this morning. You will still see some very faint areas of this kind of light brown. That's still going to be your Saharan dust that is pushing off the western coast of Africa. So the Saharan dust is really inhibiting tropical system formation. We see plenty of clouds down to the south of this, but not looking at any waves necessarily of clusters of showers and thunderstorms that can move off the coast, interact with some of this warm Atlantic water, and then start to get its shape and start to organize. So things are looking all good off the coast of Africa, but we do know that hurricanes and tropical systems don't just form off the western coast of Africa. How about the Caribbean Sea, the Gulf? Those are two areas that we saw hurricanes like Hurricane Milton, Hurricane Helene last year form in. Well, it does look like we can still see a good, maybe faint light brown hue over here, but things are relatively quiet in the Caribbean. You're going to get your scattered cloud cover just about everywhere in the Caribbean. It's the tropics. You're warm, you're humid. It's just kind of like our forecast right now, just a little bit on steroids down there. And the Gulf is looking relatively quiet right now. However, you do notice over here in the Eastern Pacific, they are just quite active already. This Central American gyre has been spitting out storm and system after system. A lot of them haven't really had any impacts towards land masses, but I do believe they're already maybe on the letter D, the letter E in their list. So they have already gotten about 4 or 5 named storms over there in the Eastern Pacific. Us in the Atlantic, we haven't even squeaked at really getting the chance of trying to get the letter A in nature. So maybe we'll pick up and we'll catch back up the pace as we go throughout the next couple of months. I definitely know that we'll get our fair share of some active periods in terms of the tropics. But like I told you, the tropics typically don't really get going until you start to transition into the month of August. That's where we're starting to spit out system after system every couple of days or so. That peak of hurricane season is on September 10th. So that's going to be the frequency all time that the most tropical systems are going to be present. After that, the frequency will go down, but we still see our fair share of activity into September and into early October. Hence Hurricane Helene last year, Hurricane Michael, that was in early October a couple years back. So that's the time frame that we're really keeping our eye on. Typically June and July are relatively quiet, but it wasn't the case last year. Hurricane Beryl was rolling through around July 4th in areas of the Caribbean, eventually made its way over Cancun and impacted areas of Texas, and went all the way up to Maine and sprouted tornado warnings for basically almost a continuous stretch from Texas all the way up to Maine. So we'll be on the lookout for a storm like that because it's not out of the realm of the possibility, but the Saharan dust is really helping inhibit tropical development right now. So we are going to be very thankful for that, but all is quiet with the tropics, nothing to fret about there. We just really are trying to nail down our summertime forecast. But like I said, just plan on Thursday being that day, the best chance of seeing your next shower, maybe even your next storm in nature, going to be very scattered throughout the next couple of days and into the beginning of the weekend. Hopefully we can really get the rain chances out of here for at least a day or two, so you don't have to deal with me saying scattered showers and storms each and every morning when you're watching the morning show. But that's going to